So Saturday sucked. I sliced half my pinky off on a meat slicer. Probably the most pain I've ever been in my life. I'm not saying that the Rangers healed me, but the Rangers healed me.
A 5-1 Rangers win. They hit 100 points on the season.
Saturday night, the Rangers beat the Ottawa Senators 5-1, clinching their first outright playoff spot since 2017. Nothing hurts anymore. I'm having a good day. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Glove Drop. Sorry that this video is a little late. I did have that little injury. I passed out. Not hockey tough. Here we are, New York Rangers, playoffs. Let's go. They're the fifth team to clinch their spot in the playoffs. The Florida Panthers were first. They clinched their spot on April 3rd, followed by the Colorado Avalanche and the Carolina Hurricanes. And then Saturday, the New York Rangers and some whack team called the Toronto Maple Leafs. They also clinched a spot. Not only did they clinch their playoff spot for the 2022 postseason, they also hit the 100-point mark on the season. Let's freaking go! The Rangers were without Tyler Mott, who took a hell of a hit from the Pittsburgh Penguins in their 3-0 shutout over them on Thursday.
This is considered a dick move.
He is out with a significant injury and there's no timetable for his return. Fortunately for the Rangers, two left side offensemen, Kaapo Kakko and Kevin Rooney, they are back in the lineup. They were there Saturday. Kaapo Kakko has been out for 31 games after suffering a wrist injury on January 21st. Kevin Rooney has been out since March 3rd after an upper body injury, missing 18 straight games. Both of those guys back in the lineup. So we didn't have to face really any gap when it came down to Mott being out. The New York Rangers, as they have this entire season, 17 times, had a comeback win on Saturday. They were down 1, 2 minutes and 22 seconds into the first period with a goal from Austin Watson for the Sens. But this resiliency thing it's almost like it's not even news anymore. There's not even a blip in the radar when it comes to the Rangers coming back. That doesn't affect them anymore. That level of resiliency, that it is just the baseline, not a lot of teams have that. And yes, this was the 18th time the Rangers have come out with the win when they were down. 5 New York Rangers goals were scored.
Here's a chance for Panarin and scores in front. Swept it out. Pop scores. Redeveloping a score. And in front. And Strome scores. All right, here's Kreider, little space. Scores.
All 5 of those goals scored were on even strength, which I mean, if you want to sit here and say the Rangers really are only just a goalie and a power play, check yourself. Artemi Panarin kicked the scoring off, scoring his 21st of the year. Andrew Kopp, new guy, he rocked one in. Ryan Strome, in his second game back after injury, he scored one. And Chris M.F. Kreider, he gets 2 on the night, and those 2 goals put him up to 49 goals. He is in 3rd place overall. He is trailing Austin Matthews in 1st with 58, and Leon Draisaitl in 2nd with 50. I have no doubt in my mind that Chris Kreider is absolutely going to break the 50-goal mark. So not only are we seeing goals being scored on the 5-on-5, showing that the Rangers can score when they're at even strength, we're also seeing different types of goals scored. We're seeing goals on the rush. We're seeing goals from quick passing right out front. Obviously, we're seeing deflection tip-in goals. Chris Kreider, what's good? And we're also now starting to see these really hard battles for loose pucks in front of the net. Those battles can really make a huge difference in the playoffs. So this is really, really, really good that we are seeing this finally. Now, give it to all those people who are saying, well, the Rangers are only a goalie. Yeah, okay, up until Christmas, the New York Rangers really were relying heavily on Igor Shesterkin. I'll give you that one. But since the start of the new year, I'd say, we have seen areas of play that have significantly improved across the board. We're seeing this buildup of strength in everything from the penalty kill to the power play and cycling the puck like that. We're seeing the quick passes. We're seeing speed on the rush. We're seeing good team changes. And since we have this full team back check going and everybody's coming back to help on the D, we're also seeing these highly offensive-minded defensemen be able to actually put those skills to use. Because as I've said in my videos before, the defensemen are not going to be as quick to push all the way up into the opposite zone if they aren't confident that if they need to get back, they're also going to have the rest of the team on the ice going back as well. Nobody wants to get caught up in their zone, and if it's your job, you're going to be a little bit more aware of that. But since we have this full team back check, goals are being scored by defensemen, and they're beauty goals. Braden Schneider, Justin Braun, obviously Fox, he's had 10 on the season. Jacob Trouba's had 10 on the season. So while I pride myself on being a stay-at-home defenseman, chilling on that blue line all the time, they're not. And in this 5-1 win over the Ottawa Senators, all of those different areas where the Rangers have improved throughout the season came into one, and they played the most complete game I have seen this team play probably since I have been a fan. Every single aspect of that game was next level. Henrik Lundqvist really ripped Ottawa apart.
I personally think they look pretty awful, but
They were, but Igor Shesterkin did still have to put up a few really good saves. And when a goalie is not facing that much pressure, they're going to be cold. So when the time comes and they do have to make these saves, it's even more impressive. So if you have very few shots on goal and a goalie comes out with a really big save, it is so much more impressive than when they're getting shots rocked off on them every 3 seconds. So the Rangers, with all of this improvement, as well as the seamless transition of all of the new players that were acquired at the trade deadline, Toronto, Mott, Kopp, Braun, have really put this team on the next level. These new players have put up points in 9 out of the 10 games since the trade deadline. I can't think of any other team that has acquired somebody at the trade deadline, have had that much production come from those players. Chris Drury, you're the champion. And the last but not least, Gerard Gallant is exactly what the New York Rangers have been looking for. If you look back through previous seasons, the Rangers have always been working to find the best fit in coach, and they've gone across the spectrum of coaches. Big personalities, guys who have seriously great reputations but have a specific style of coaching. John Tortorella, AV, David Quinn, really have not found somebody who fit perfectly with the team up until now. There's a particular environment with the team, especially with the veterans on this team, that has been built up, and Gerard Gallant comes in and it is working out perfectly. I am so impressed with him as a coach. I am so glad that he is with the Rangers, and I really have so much respect for him and actually do trust him as the coach. I have zero complaints about Gerard Gallant. So the New York Rangers are now in the battle for the first place position in the division. Right now, the Carolina Hurricanes, after 73 games, are in first place with 102 points. There are 9 games left, and the Rangers are facing the Carolina Hurricanes 2 more times. The first time being in the next game. This next game is going to be Tuesday at 7 o'clock at MSG. The Rangers face the Carolina Hurricanes. And going into this game, I have a lot of confidence in this Rangers team. Coming off of such an amazing game, putting them into the playoffs, seeing the confidence and seeing the drive from the veteran leaders, especially Chris Kreider. The only thing he was saying to every single skater as they stepped off was playoffs. That is what they're fighting for. That is what they're going for. Right now, the Carolina Hurricanes are in a little bit of a shaky position. We're not seeing Freddie Anderson performing as well as he had. He has been a leader in the league for goals averaged against and save percentage, but he has fallen off just a bit. Shesterkin is tied with Freddie Anderson for goals averaged against at 2.07, but Shesterkin is still chilling hard in first place with save percentage at .935. Will Freddie Anderson be able to pull it together in time? Maybe. He's a great goalie. We'll see how it goes. The Rangers really seeking that first place spot in the division, get that home ice advantage, get through that first round, and just keep plowing forward through this postseason. So that is all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new here, please hit subscribe, hit like, throw some stuff down in the comments. Tell me what you think about these New York Rangers. Tell me how you think they're going to fare against the Carolina Hurricanes. Starting next week, I am going to be answering questions. So if you have any questions that you want me to answer in one of my videos, make sure you go and tweet them at me at The Glove Drop. If you guys want to check out even more of The Glove Drop, you can go to Instagram, TikTok, and obviously Twitter. It's all at The Glove Drop. I'm also going to start having more videos up going over different breaking news in the league, as well as following some other teams' progress as we head into the postseason. And yes, I'm going to be talking about Evgeny Malkin being a little bit of a bitch, and talk about Sidney Crosby also kind of not learning how to handle his emotions. I don't know what's going on in Pittsburgh, but everybody needs to just chill. I will see you guys all in the next one, and until then, I'm going to go tend to my wounds.